What we're going to do today is we are going to make ourselves a Boston cream pie. The items that you will need is custard, vanilla yellow cake, and ganache. So here we go. So we put that down, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of our cakes. Now remember, in a previous episode, I showed you how to level your cake, and hopefully yours came out a lot prettier than that. But what you do is you just put that on top of that circle, and now you have that. And what you do next is you take your delicious custard that you made, and hopefully you still have the plastic wrap over the top to keep the custard from having a skin on top. And you'll see beautiful custard. I'm gonna spoon it on to my cake. Now, if you're like my friends and family, you like a ton of custard. So that's why you'll notice that my cake is thinner than some, because they like the custard more than they like the cake. So we're just gonna spoon this on. Now you can put all of it on there, or you can put some of it on there. You can also make yourself a second layered, a 3-tiered Boston cream pie if you really want to. Make sure to try to get to the edges as best as you can. Now you're gonna try to make this level. Okay, so we've got it smoothed over as best as we can. And then, so that you have a nice smooth surface to put your ganache on, you're gonna just take this piece and plop it on top. So the part that you cut open will be on the insides instead. What you're gonna do then is just lightly push it down onto that custard to kind of set it in there. And you'll notice that there's some custard coming out. That's okay. Or if you're one of those people who really likes yours all nice and smooth, you can take it and use a small spatula like this and kind of go around the edges. Okay, so that is just putting the custard in. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour the ganache over the top of the cake. Now it's pretty liquidy, so don't be afraid, but it is pretty liquidy. Just gonna pour that over the top, and notice how nice that looks already, just pouring over it. And yes, it's going to pour over the sides. That's what you want it to do. You'll notice it's just starting to go over the edges, which makes it just look so gorgeous just that way. Now some people would like it just the way it is, where you can see some of the cake still peeking out. If you're one of those who likes it completely covered, you're just gonna keep flowing the chocolate over until it covers it completely. So now what your next step is to put this in the refrigerator and let it get cold. All right, so now that the cake has had some time to have the frosting or the ganache harden a little bit, we can now go ahead and trim around the edges. So I'm going to put my hand in there, and my hands are going to come out really chocolatey, unfortunately. I'm going to transfer it now to where we're going to actually store the cake. All right, so you can see that I transferred the cake. At this point, you can decide that you want to start digging in, or you can put it in your refrigerator and save it for a day or two. We're going to try to cut it, and you know, as always, it's the first slice, so typically those always fall apart, but let's hope it doesn't actually fall apart. There you go. You can see the beautiful the beautiful custard and the thickness of the ganache. Okay, let's try it. See what we get. That's some good cake. Well, I want to say thank you for joining me on this little adventure of putting a cake together.